He was all about enunciation.
Oh man.
He said it.
Together we witnessed one of the most delightful in our time. So let the bass go. Now it's gotta go a little bit lower than that, Dre. Drop it. Now it's
Dude,
gotta go even lower than
the
that.
fucking
You know why?
bass in my headphones, bro. Come on.
Although you tried, so I've been a vein to make you fall like a tide. No disappointment, cause my beetle soothes like an ointment. Suckers with static approaching get smoked like a joint. Flynn ignites the flame.
I'm smoking a joint right now.
What you smoking on tonight, man?
This is some Zippy. Keeping it with the home team. Little Zippy.
Nice.
I'm not sure the specific strand, but it tastes great. I think it's a little gelato family.
Never heard nobody. What you got, Tech? A little powder for your water?
I got my liquid IV.
Nice.
I love this shit, bro. This is like my favorite shit.
It tastes good?
Yeah, they this is a new flavor. This is golden cherry, and I also got the strawberry. We're taking this shit to Mexico with us.
Nice.
They have some that is like an extra kick. So they make a pineapple flavor that has caffeine in it.
Sick.
So like I drink a lot of that shit during football season.
I can dig it. Good for you. Liquid IV?
Yep. They have it at Costco.
I spent so much money at Costco today on stuff for this weekend for Zach's graduation party.
Oh, I can only imagine. I am bummed that we can't make it.
It's all good. You'll be there in spirit.
I'm gonna bring him back a blessed rosary from Mexico.
Dope. I love it.
That way he has a protection when he's away from y'all.
I love it. Thank you. Good thing.
Hella beautiful.
So like last time we went to Mexico, there was this like big old church. It was like built like in the 1600s. It still stands to this day.
Yeah.
And they give this tour, and during the tour, they ask questions, right? So me and Chris got hella competitive. We're like jumping in the first. We're like answering all the questions, getting questions right, high fiving each other and shit, dude.
Sick.
All the other people are looking at us like, what the fuck is wrong with
Why are
these
they
people?
so excited? Weirdos.
But that's where we get the blessed rosaries. Last time we picked them up for the boys. So
That's awesome.
So young Zach is gonna have some protection when he gets back.
That's far from where you live or not?
Like I said, it's in the capital, about an hour away. It's like the capital's a big city, bro. They have like all kinds of shit. They have IHOPs. They have American restaurants, stores.
Y'all seen Eva Longoria's new show?
Oh, dude.
Her new food show?
Yeah,
Hella dope.
dude.
It's on Max.
Oh, the wait, a food show or
What up, Justin?
Food
Flaming
show,
Hot
bro.
movie?
Yeah, she just she's going back into Mexico trying to get some of her call it a chilonga roots back together.
Oh, shit.
But it's the first thing I've ever watched. I'm like, ooh, I can learn Spanish watching this.
Dude, Taco Chronicles.
It's time.
We starting with Maintain tonight.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey. What's up, man?
what's going on? Man, we're just gonna get it funky enough, you know what I mean? Taking it easy, enjoying life.
What's going on in Sacramento today, man? How was your day?
My day was good, brother. I can't complain at all. You know, I don't really do complaining. I'm still human. I'll be having moments, but I don't try to have bad days, man. Try to keep it pushing.
How about you? How was your day, Tone Tech?
Man, mine was cool, bro. We had a talent show at school today. So I was scouting for the future Hella Years artists.
Nice.
We had a couple piano players, a few singers, a few dancers. So it was a really cool vibe, man.
Fantastic.
Really cool
All right, peace and love. What's up, everybody? We're just going to hang out tonight. Hella Years podcast Wednesday night. We're going to talk a little bit about the D.O.C. tonight. We want to wish him a happy birthday. He just turned 55, I think, on the 10th.
Happy birthday.
And we're celebrating his album this week because on the 16th, so in a couple of days, it will be 34 years since the album came out. And we're going to talk about No One Can Do It Better. We're going to give it up and salute the D.O.C. and his place in hip-hop because He's right up there,
Man.
and he's very important, and he deserves his flowers. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. But lots going on, man. First of all, Tech, this is your last night with us for a while because you're about to head out to Mexico, yeah?
Yes.
What's the plan there?
Man, so we're going down there. It is a small town called San Jeronimo in Michoacan, and it is the town that my wife's family is from. So not only her mom, but her father, all their families from there. So we're going back over there. My mother-in-law has built up her house. My wife and I now have property over there. Cool. So we're working on that, trying to get all that situated as well, and just kind of recharge the batteries. Go out there. It's very quiet. The pace of life is slow. Like if I want to go catch fish for dinner, I just walk out by the lake, fish, come back. Hey, there's a lady walking through the town selling milk straight from the cow.
Fantastic.
They have everything out there, man. So we just go out there and we're just gonna relax, man. Just kind of center ourselves again.
I'm excited for y'all. It's gonna be a good time. Recharge the batteries. You already know, man. Man, you got anything big coming up, man? What you got like coming up in the next week or two?
There's this underground orchard in Fresno. I'm gonna go visit, man. So it's a whole tour. This cat built it back in he started in 1939 or something. And now his granddaughter owns it. So he was from Italy originally. Then he was in the East Coast, New York, building all the tunnels and subways. So he took his knowledge, bought some land in Fresno, California, and it was too hard to grow the citrus trees on the topsoil. So he thought about to Italy, and he was like, man, I'm about to go underground with it. So he built himself a living space and just got these crazy orange trees growing up. Man, I think it's in downtown Fresno. So they got an hour tour. Slide out there with someone special and go enjoy that, man.
That sounds like a good time. You have to get some footage. You both got to get some footage at these places, right? Because I want to start doing some new stuff on the Hell Years podcast. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight and get into a conversation. But when you're down there, you said Fresno is where it's at. How far is Fresno from Sac? That's a couple-hour drive? I don't really remember.
Almost 3.
Okay.
2:45 or so, depends on the day. And
that ain't bad. That's a couple of albums. That's a nice conversation. That's 1 or 2 stops. That's perfect.
I've been going back and forth to Fresno, bro, since I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Bryce. You know what I mean? He's another one of my brothers from another, man. And
okay.
I got nothing but love. I love Fresno. I had to move a couple times. People be like, why Fresno? I'm like, it's kind of still just like Sacramento. It's not a huge difference. You know what I mean?
Hot in the summertime, I bet.
But it's not as expensive. You know what I'm saying? Things
a lot
like
more
that.
Mexicans.
Yeah, we got to say what's up to our family, Big Dante, tapping in. He was sending love to you, Tech, safe travels, and he said, enjoy, maintain. So you already know, man. Brother. It's a good thing. And then I got a big trip coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. So we're going to go out to Hawaii for 11 days and spend some time and celebrate Zach's graduation. Just had that happen on Friday. So shout out to my son and graduating high school.
This isn't just no regular shout out, bro. Like he accomplished something not a lot of kids do. Talk about that a little bit, please.
Oh, man. Yeah. So 8 kids graduated 4.0 for all of high school. And he did this in junior high as well. So we're 6 years since they started to, count your grades. Finished with his 4.0. Top of the class, did his thing. Ton of awards, spoke at graduation, and U of O this fall.
Woo, go Ducks.
Big scholarships and go Ducks. So real proud of my son. Also though, my daughter just graduated 8th grade. So on Monday I had to slide out of work early and then get to the graduation and celebrate Delilah's 8th grade graduation.
So she's a high schooler now.
Yeah, so they missed each other by 1 year.
Man.
But real cool. You know what I'm saying? And the wifey been sick. She got a little jump off, and she's pushing through and just amazing. So it's been an active week. And then we got the graduation party this weekend. And the Costco trip today was expensive.
Man,
real grown up on your pockets,
bro.
Yeah.
My experience, we had that shit catered. We just rented a spot,
yeah,
catered it,
some of it, but then what you get for catering too, man. God damn. I know everything is expensive now, but then some of this shit for catering, I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro.
Dude, Supermercado in Hillsboro, bro. You get the big plate of beans, a big plate of rice, 100 bones. That's it.
Yeah, they're not playing. That sounds like a good deal. I'm just gonna say right now, there's no shoe cam tonight. I'm barefoot Johnny, so that's what we're doing. I'm just barefoot, and shout out to Block 15 for the fluff head deliciousness. I appreciate it right there. You already know. So what's up, Danny? Tapping in. Appreciate you. So let's let's throughout the night give it up to the D.O.C. But I say, start the little conversation a little bit. Tech, man, Father Time, we're going to go to you to kick this off, man. Take us back a little bit to the late 80s and give us a little history lesson on the D.O.C.
Well, the D.O.C. originally came from a crew called the Feel Fresh crew,
Feel
right?
Fresh.
So they were part of the whole NWA and the Posse movement. So that first album, when you see everybody just chilling in the back alley and stuff, he was one of those dudes. He did a lot of writing for Eazy-E. He was on a couple of those early Posse cuts and stuff like that. And
He's
it was
from
him.
Texas.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
And the Feel Fresh crew started in Texas, right?
Yeah. They were all in Texas.
Dallas, I think. Dallas.
But him and Dre, over the years, created a special connection, and that's how he got involved into everything that you hear and that you've heard from him.
And Eazy-E too, though, right? Because D.O.C. fucked with Eazy-E too.
Yeah, because he wrote a lot of his album.
Right.
So like that was that. I mean, Cube and Eazy-E, or Cube and D.O.C. were responsible for Eazy-E.
It's like he almost was a part of NWA in a way. He was right there. He was writing. He was working with Dre. And then, they do this solo album for the D.O.C.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre produces the entire thing. And it comes out in 1989, a few years before The Chronic, 2-3 years before Snoop comes out and Doggy Style and all that. But just a few years before that, Dr. Dre, I'm going to say this again, Dr. Dre, front to back, produced the entire D.O.C. album.
And this is even before Ice Cube leaves the group.
Like, that's literally ridiculous, dude. And I know before the show started, we were playing... what's that, man?
He was bringing something different to the table than everybody else, you feel me? Like, you in California with all these L.A. cats, but you still got all that Texas energy. So I'm sure that was magnetic for Dre. His voice was different than everybody else,
Absolutely.
And he was barring out.
Well, yeah,
He wasn't just rapping.
His pin game, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
He could go bar for bar, flow for flow, lyric for lyric, line for line.
And he was hard, though. He looks like he was a tall dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying was, like he passed away. He didn't. He's alive. He is a tall dude. Shout out to the D.O.C. Happy birthday, man. But again, so Dr. Dre does this whole album. The rhymes are sick. The voice is sick. The presence is ill. And then I think I do kind of want to start the conversation. I look at this album. No one can do it better. Fully produced by Dr. Dre. And the sound it's 80s hip hop. Yeah. It's late 80s LA. It's that NWA kind of sound as well. But
you can still listen to it and it's still relevant.
You have a record like this.
Ooh.
That energy.
Comes the 2 to the 3 and 4. Then I drop the beat I haven't scored.
Okay, I want to say something. How did he start that record? Tech, help me out. What did he say?
1.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
And how did Snoop start None But a G Thing?
Well, that's the interesting part.
And who mentored Snoop Dogg?
The D.O.C.
Yes, y'all. And who was part of starting Death Row Records with Suge Knight and Dr. Dre?
The D.O.C.
Y'all, the D.O.C. was riding shotgun in the Nothing But a G Thing video. Snoop is in the backseat.
Yeah.
Also, in next episode, when they redid that scene, he's still in the car.
Yeah.
Right there
you know what I'm saying? Hey, peace and shalom to my brother Alio, man. What's up, brother? No, so
Dre did a good job of keeping D.O.C. with him even after the accident. Like he never.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So after the album, No One Can Do It Better comes out, right? This album that we're talking a little bit about drops, and a few months later, 3, 4, 5 months later, D.O.C. is in an accident.
Yep.
Crushes his larynx. His voice is gone. He's in the hospital he's had plastic surgery and was in the hospital for several weeks.
It was never the same.
Never the
his
same.
Sound was
Crushed
never
it.
the same.
So really, we didn't get to see what D.O.C. could have, would have, and should have maybe done. Obviously, he's still part of that history and working with Dre, right? But as far as performing and when you're a new artist and you're getting around and, gangster rapping, touring, like that shit was huge. And if you can't go rock,
no one sees you.
It was
You know
one
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
best rollouts you had seen from an artist in a long time. Like
that,
they didn't
would
play
you say
with
though?
D.O.C. They knew he was everything that Snoop, you feel me, was able to become.
Right. And because of that, you think because of that, it opened up that lane for Snoop, right?
Yeah. Well,
because
even for Cube when he left the group. right? Because if the D.O.C. would have still been in the scene, he would have had that lane. Would Cube have had the impact he would have had, or he had, if the D.O.C. was still doing his thing like he did on the first album?
Right.
Yes, Tony. In case you're curious, the answer is yes. Stop fucking pitting people against each other. Who's the?
Hey,
fuck
I'm
that.
not pitting
They
on
stand
against
in
each
their own-
other. I'm
Bro,
just
I heard
saying.
it all in your voice. You literally said, "Would Cube have been the same Cube if D.O.C. voice wouldn't have been heard?" Yes.
Well, like, but the thing is, right?
There's no but, bro.
We talk about
Yes.
the relevancy,
Right.
We talk about the relevancy. We talk about, you know, the way hip hop was at the time, because they weren't letting everybody get on. It was only you get your shot, right? So I still think, we talked about this earlier, the D.O.C. is one of the biggest what ifs in hip hop, right? If he would have stayed on track, if his trajectory would have continued to go up, right, would there have been space for another person in the market? Because we know how the game works. We know how the industry works. They only let one get on at a time.
Right. No, I don't dispute that. And again, the
crew, you know?
the what ifs. I mean, obviously he still did his thing and was mentoring and writing and a part of the music and a part of the projects, but it's different when you can't be front and center, right? And I think when you look at that album, you look at Funky Enough, you look at some of those records, the D.O.C. and the Doctor, right? The formula, and you hear it and you know it, and you know he was a part of that. And to have this accident, you know, completely change what trajectory that pathway was on into a whole new lane, it is a big what if. I do think though a lot of people overlook the man, and they don't want to. And maybe it's not that they don't want to, they just don't know, because they came on with the Chronic, right? Right. Or they heard of NWA, but maybe they didn't catch that whole NWA and the Posse, and they didn't know that what was going on with Easy and Ruthless, and who knows. But the D.O.C., man, this dude was like foundation for West Coast gangster rap music. Foundation.
And then we talk about the fact that, right, so his album comes out in 89.
What's up, Berto?
In 93, that was one of the first years that we have a hip hop album or a hip hop song hit #1 on the charts, right? Because
so that's years later.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, oh shit, he was in the mix already, because it hadn't popped off the way we have become used to it over the last 30 years.
Right.
You know, so he was at the cusp.
He was right there.
But he just didn't get that
He's
that
the
push
catalyst,
or that
bro.
chance.
For sure.
It's not a lack of not getting the push. It's a chance. It's divine. You feel me? It's things bigger than us that we can't explain. You know what I mean? But it's not a lack of, did he get a chance? He had everything going right for him. You know what I mean? And accidents happen and shit happens. And then you get the result of everything. But, think of all the great music that came out of Death Row. That is a direct result of him being there to mentor or pin or champion. You know what I mean? So he just became the greatest story told without a voice. I think that's what I want to call it.
Oh man, I love the way you put
the
that.
whole time. You know what I mean? Right there, literally helping everybody get to where they got. So.
But over the last few years, and this is what Dante was just saying too in the comments, that like his voice has come back almost. Like he's done a lot of work, a lot of speech therapy and whatnot, and
done some a lot
he's
of
55 now. Yeah, he does acting too.
There's a video he put out with 2 artists, or it was their song. They got him to rap on it within the last 60 days. And it's hard. Great concept video. They're in like a courtroom going crazy.
I'm about to look at that.
Yep. So again, no one can do it better. 1989. Happy birthday to the D.O.C. And obviously, he did do another album a couple years after that. I think 95, 96, maybe 96.
Yeah.
The Helter Skelter one.
Yep.
Which I heard was kind of like he had left Death Row because he didn't feel like he was getting his due bread, right? Yeah. And had worked with Easy and whatnot, and then it took a few years to put a project together, Helter Skelter, which was supposed to be like a Dre and Ice Cube project, right?
So remember they had that, it was supposed to be the name of the album, and they had that Cube and Dre song. Don't you remember
Natural
that one?
Born Killers.
Yep. That was supposed to be on that album.
Yep.
That was a crazy fucking dope record.
Yeah. So he does and you can find that on Spotify and Apple Music and whatnot if you don't have that in your collection. And right away you could tell like this guy's voice is not it's not there.
The
He's
lyrics were
rapping.
there.
He's rapping. There's some decent concepts.
bars
I like the feel. There's some bars, but like he's just not able to enunciate in the way that is super pleasing to your ears. Again, I said this over the years. There's a lot of people that spit bars, but when you have just a pleasing voice,
Yes.
like sometimes it doesn't even matter what you say, it just sounds good.
It does.
Like the way that the frequencies hit my ears, like damn, your voice sounds good, like a good singer. You're
One
like,
of my
fuck,
favorite
that's
Mac Dre albums is "It's Not What You Say, But How You Say It." It's
absolutely
great
right. And you could tell on that Helter Skelter project when you can't hear him. It was hard for me. I even tried to revisit it, and I was like, I salute it, but it just wasn't what
I got the feeling
I wanted.
He was frustrated during the recording of that
for
album.
sure, of course.
And then he puts out a third album
Yeah,
in 2003 called like D.O.C. or something like that.
yeah.
And
then over the years, there was talks of him and Dre doing another album, and then the Detox Project came out, and then Compton, or the Detox Project never came out, but they were going to come after that, and then they were going to, I think he even did some work on Compton and was there and whatnot. But again, this guy is a factor and a fixture and a part of the foundation of a lot of music that we know and we love, and we have one real D.O.C. album.
Yeah.
Completely produced by Dr. Dre. That came out 34 years ago. No one can do it better. Even just like no one can do it better. That's the name of the fucking album.
Yeah. That's how much faith.
I feel like he proved that point too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's revisit. There you go. There's the old album cover right here, man. And you can see it. You can see the energy. He just looked hard. And you know what else is hard? I'm just going to go ahead and say this, man. The podcast cover this week is hard because that's a picture of the same statue that D.O.C.'s standing in front of right there.
What's the inscription on that statue?
Oh,
King
I don't know.
Kings,
King
Lord
of
of
Kings
Lords.
and Lord of Lords.
Yep. I always thought those little things like that, that's what made the cover to me growing up. I was like, oh shit, look at this, pay attention to this small shit, man, because he's telling you shit with that.
Yeah. Big Filet not here with us tonight. Pulled his back out and was just traveling late last night, so had to get his baby girl off to college, so out there in Virginia, so he's not with us. So he'll be back next week, but really, we're going to talk a little bit about this. We'll come back on the D.O.C. in a little bit. Actually, hold tight. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on Hella Years in this summer and what we're about to cook up.
The Hella Years Podcast. The Hella Years Podcast. With Zach Woodruff, Filet, Maintain, Tone Tech, Hip Hop, and Wellness.
All right, I was talking to the guys about this before we got started and how, you don't like have an ongoing basketball season that's playing every week. Like they play a certain number of games and they do the playoffs and then they rest. And you look at sports and you look at, even musicians, they make an album, they tour for a while and then they chill for a little bit because they need to live a little bit and get some perspective and work on some new art and do some things. And I think there's been a lot of talk within our Hella Years family lately on just time and how precious it is and how little we have and how we really need to put our energy and focus on the time that we have and do the things and the passions that we are excited about. And sometimes when you just keep going, obviously I'm not trying to knock the concept of consistency right now because that's very important. I'm talking about week after week, like stay committed to things, keep doing them. But sometimes you really do need your mind, body, spirit, and soul to rest a little bit.
Yes.
You sometimes got to take a step back and just breathe for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a minute. Refocus a little bit. Spend some time with your loved ones. Spend some time with yourself. Right. And then look at what you're putting your time into and say, is that fairly balanced and allocated in a way that my kids are getting some of my time and my spouse is and myself and my sleep and my health and my leisure and my work and my boys and my hobbies and my art, right? Are those things in balance? And the last several months, I felt like I'm a little bit out of balance.
A little off whack.
Been putting a ton of hours in at work, and I feel like, we get together to put the podcast together, and some go off better than others, and some we prepare a little bit, and I still can't believe that Domino and Maintain and Focus 16 and Kyle and Jose and Berto, and they all kick it and put something together every week, and it's incredible, right? But I also think about, like, what if, we had a little bit more time sometimes to put a little bit more into what we come together for. because we come together to hang out on the podcast, but we don't have time. We don't make time to go do field trips or go get out and see some shows or go record some cool footage somewhere and do some meditation out in nature and listen to some. I'd rather be listening to D.O.C. on the mountaintop right now.
Right.
Shoot a video and in those things. So, you know, as you're going to Mexico and I'm going to Hawaii and we got some stuff going on with Filet and going out to the East Coast for his daughter, and they're traveling a lot, and Maintain's got a ton of shit going on in Sacramento, and you know, shout out to Doey Days coming up too, and he's got you're making a lot of art, you know, and we want to push.
Real quick? I hate to be rude.
I mean, that's okay.
Let's do a moment of silence real quick for King Kahali for Doey Rock. You know, it was an anniversary of that moment just the other day.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You can interrupt me anytime for something like that. Absolutely. Yeah. Rest in peace, Doey Rock. And it wasn't even an interrupt. It was just something we had to do real quick. You know, and it's not an interruption. It's part of the conversation. So, because I want to get your guys' take on this too. Because I feel like I took a walk earlier today, and I was telling you guys the sun was like hitting my arms and my neck. And I just felt for a moment like, oh, I'm recharging a little bit. Like I was feeling the energy, not to sound like a weirdo, but I was feeling the energy from the sun. And I was just like, I need a little recharge. So I'm excited about a little downtime with my family, away from the house, even away from the podcast, away from work, just a little time to bring it back in. Maintain. I don't even know what direction I'm heading in, but do you know,
brother?
Do you know what I'm
talking about? Because,
getting to? How you feel about that, man?
A couple weeks ago, I want to say maybe a month ago now, whenever the weather kind of switched up and we felt like we can go back outside with the exercise, you felt that recharge from the sun. You spoke about it that first week right after. So that's a real thing. Excuse me. Apologize. I tried to hit the mute, y'all, but I didn't get to it.
It's all good.
The pattern we've been moving, right? We've been going at this for hella weeks, building hella years. And it's been literally the coolest experience I've had with music ever. I'm not just going to say in a long time. It charged me up. It turned me up. It turned the crew up. It got Domino working. It got Focus 16. You know, all three of those fellas got to start stretching arms. But creativity becomes a little compressed, I think is the way to say it, when you got 7 days to return. You feel me? You got to keep a bar here or step it up. There's no dropping it down. So the reset is well needed for all of us. You know? I think we got our flow going. You know what I mean? We don't got a lot of those technical difficulties with the camera and the internet and all that bullshit. Or, you know, we flown what we're bringing to the table. But we do need a little quick pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Ali O was saying, man, take a break, brethren.
Yeah.
And I know you got this break coming
It's
up.
It's funny because Ghost brought that up the other day, like 2 or 3 days before you brought it to me. Ghost was like, hey, bro, imagine what we can do if we had a little more time. I'm like, yeah, bro, I feel you. But we're going to keep making magic with the time we got until the time allots for that. You know?
Well, and that's the thing. And like, I feel like everybody that tunes in, like, we all work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all like work, put 40 plus in a week. And grind and have families and stuff to do.
We all have passions.
And we get together so that we can have a moment to just talk about the things that we love and the music that we love and talk about somebody like the D.O.C. But like we all are creatives too.
Yes.
But we have not been carving out time to create.
You know, and I think that's one of the most important things about this podcast, right? When Zach first came to all of us, it reignited my passion to create, whether it's apparel, whether it's design, whether it's writing, whether it's, you know, just jumping back on the turntables more, whether it's shooting footage and we're making videos and stuff like that. So I think this extra time is going to give us an opportunity to kind of really say, this is what I want to put out to you guys, and I want to share some really cool shit with y'all, man. And I think this is going to give us that time, that opportunity. So you might not get a new Maintain and Domino track every week, but you just might get a mixtape every month. I mean, who knows, right?
That's what I'm saying, you know? And again, we're putting some ideas together. We don't have nothing set in stone yet. We just want to get out and live a little bit. and I think his name's Kenny Beats. He's on the internet, and I was watching a video that he did, and people were like, "What do you do for inspiration?" He's like, "I live." And I thought about that, like when we did the Larry June episode, and Larry June just does it like in the morning from 6 to 9. That's his like when he gets busy with the music stuff, and then he goes and does stuff, and lives, so that you have perspective and you have content and you have shit that you want to talk about. And I find like sometimes I don't even want to really talk about shit. And like, that's not the place I want to be in. I want to come to this to feel like I'm with my brothers. We're excited. We have something to share.
Yes.
And we went in really wanting to talk about health and wellness. And I haven't been making that a super priority on the podcast. But I feel like, honestly, where we're at in our lives and being around for hella years, old dudes, like, my back hurts right now. I sneezed earlier and my fucking back hurt. And I was like,
should be happening. Sure.
Should be happening. Filet's not here because he fell and hurt his back.
Yeah.
And we're old enough to like, we don't trip, we fall.
Yes.
Like that's the truth.
Well, like, and I want to get back to the point where you said about going on field trips, man. We went on one field trip last summer.
It was so fun.
Oh, well, for you until I started cramping up.
Yeah, you did. I forgot the last like 2 miles, you almost died.
But you know what? It was a wonderful hike. We did like 8 miles that day or
we
something
did,
like that.
Yeah.
You know, so like I want us to get back to doing stuff like that because we live in the Pacific Northwest. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I think it's the most beautiful place in our whole country. We are an hour from the mountain. We're about an hour from the coast, 3 hours from Eastern Oregon. Like, we have a lot of great natural resources, and I think it's time for us to share that shit with you more.
Yeah, so what we're, trying to do is, man, get out. Like I was telling the guys, I didn't buy this camera to be a webcam, man. I bought the camera to get out. But if all we're doing is making time to get together for a weekly podcast, man, I'd rather make the podcast either once a month or every, we'll announce a day each month that it's going to be happening. We're getting together. We can have dinner. We can have a nice meaty conversation on really what it is that we want to jump into, share some videos from some field trips. I want to get out and do some meditation. I want to get out and show y'all some of these beautiful places we're talking about. And I want to give Maintain and Domino and the Focus 16 team and Kyle and Ghost, that is the same person, Ghost and Jose. And I want to give Berto some time to really get on that color grading and like put something out that, I'm proud of all the work we've done. And the shit we're cooking up is fantastic. And I want to cook even better shit up for y'all. And so I really think just exploring some of that time with each other outside of just the podcast is very important. You can't just put all your energy towards one thing. Inevitably, other areas are going to suffer in your life. Yep. I don't feel like I'm suffering. I don't want to feel like I'm complaining to y'all. But I do feel like...
switch it up and do something a little bit different. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in each and every week, because there's a lot of people that have literally been here every single fucking episode.
Yeah.
From the audio ones till now. We love y'all for that. But I think that, decreasing the supply may increase the demand, even if that's just within ourselves and what we bring to the table.
Well, like Justin was saying, it's like when you lift weight, you grow as you recover during rest. You take some time, reset, reassess, and look back in from the outside of the box. Get your game plan tight.
Well, like, I also like what you said. Like, year one was season 1, right? Season 2, we want to give you more valuable content. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality.
Certainly.
Like, we want to give you stuff. I'm going to go explore all my neighborhoods. I'm going to go show you Portland, the city I love, and why I love it, and I want to share that with y'all. And we're going to do that with music, we're going to do that with art, we're going to do that with outdoors and fishing. We have so many things that we want to share with y'all, man, and I'm just really excited. Really excited.
Fantastic. I'm excited to share this video that Maintain and Domino cooked up and Focus 16, and this shit is tight as fuck, and it sounds dope, and he on here gassing, and we're going to play it right now.
Let's go.
You can see it in your dreams during the day, even when you awake. Is it destiny or fate? Paper chase or a poker face? She got style and grace, evil smile with just a little makeup on her face. Like to call me Mr. J. Lovely taste on off her lips. Incredible hips, high powered section 80 shit. Don't know Kendrick, but I do know this. I help raise Sean Lamar. Point is, I know a superstar when I see one. Never try to be one. Don't really like crowds, so I stand out before I blend in one. Hazel-eyed kid, buck-tooth child. I've been mastering my style. I'm the card that's wild, I'm golden. What weight is your name really holding? The history is stolen, erased out the book. I know squares, I know crooks, ain't none of them shook. Is you a king over rug? Never settle for less. It's 100 miles and running. Where I'm from, out west, full court press. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Never settle for less. It's 100 miles and running. Where I'm from, out west. That's a full cup press. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Manifest.
That shit sound tight, maintain.
Man, the bass is massaging my eardrums right now. It's a beautiful thing.
Fucking run it back.
It's a full court press.
What do I push? I gotta push the button again. Run it back.
You can see it in your dreams during the day, even when you awake. Is it destiny or fate? Paper chase or a poker face? She got style and grace, evil smile with just a little makeup on her face. Like to call me Mr. J. Lovely taste on off her lips. Incredible hips, high powered section 80 shit. Don't know Kendrick, but I do know this. I help raise Sean Lamar. Point is, I know a superstar when I see one. Never try to be one. Don't really like crowds, so I stand out before I blend in one. Hazel-eyed kid, buck-tooth child. I've been mastering my style. I'm the card that's wild, I'm golden. What weight is your name really holding? The history is stolen, erased out the book. I know squares, I know crooks, ain't none of them shook. Is you a king over rug? Never settle for less. It's 100 miles and running. Where I'm from, out west, full court press. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Never settle for less. It's 100 miles and running. Where I'm from, out west. That's a full cup press. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Under buckets of euros, all on the same quest. Manifest.
Hey, man, blood.
What's happening, bro?
Let me ask you something.
All right.
Who be editing all these videos, man? These videos is tight as fuck, man. And I'm always like, you know, I shout out the visuals and the Focus 16 team, and like the editor don't ever get no love. Man. Chopping them up, man. Who's doing that?
Editor is the rapper, and the rapper is the editor, man.
Oh.
What? That's you?
Yeah, that's me, bro. I'll be trying not to say that shit.
Man.
Yeah, man, you need some shit chopped up, holla at me. I got you.
Yeah, man, that shit's great, man. I love it.
Appreciate it.
We're about to have a Hell of Years movie here in a couple years, man.
Why not?
That's definitely a plan, bro. Hey, shout out Chopper, man. There's a group called Triple Beam that was on Black Market back in the day.
Yeah, dude, I fucked with Chopper.
And Chopper just got a movie on Tubi.
Is that right?
Out, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Surely, for sure. I'm going to try to find the name right now just since I brought it up.
Yeah,
but I love to
cool
see
dude,
people grind, bro, and not quit and not give up and keep going. Chopper been at it.
Hey, you know what's something else I want to talk to y'all about? And I feel like it's part of this conversation too. And then I want to shout out to D.O.C. Y'all need to revisit that album. No one can do it better. Completely produced by Dr. Dre. If you didn't realize that,
super dope
1989.
about D.O.C. too was like he's hella humble. Like he'll fuck with you. Like you know, add him or something on social media, bro. More than likely he's gonna reply. He's real cool.
Salute
like,
to the D.O.C., man, the legend. So I was gonna say, man. I mean, I know we're supposed to, but man, I'm so tired of social media, bro.
I'm only there because I do music. I swear to God.
God, like it's tiring, man. I don't know, man. Tech, like, how do you feel about it, dude?
Man, it's a double-edged sword, right? What we do, whether
What
we're
up, Nick Severe?
whether we're keeping in contact with friends we can't hang out with on a consistent basis, but there comes a point where we're on it too much. And
There comes a point. Don't you feel like we're all at that point already?
yeah, man, because I want to go live life. Like, I want to go to a show and not be on my phone. I want to go to a game and just enjoy the game. Like, I had a friend, I had went to a game, a few years back. He's like, well, I didn't see you post about it. I go, I was enjoying the game, bro. Like, I put the phone away. It was 1988 again, and I'm just a fan.
Again, by being old, being around for hella years, like, we remember being teenagers without this technology, right? And
well, shit, even in our 20s.
Yeah, and like, if you wanted to get in touch with somebody, like, I remember when voicemail came out, right? Or answering machine, you just left a message and hope they call you back. You call them at the house, the phone's busy.
Hey, as kids, we jump on our bike, we roll on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where all the bikes are at, that's where everybody was at. That's where
I'm gonna go see if they're over at their house. But like, man, it's a lot to like continue to be on there, and I feel like I want to engage with people, but because you're an asshole if you don't, and you want them to like engage in your shit, but you don't engage in their shit. But then it's a lot, man. It's a constant something.
Yeah,
and I feel like it takes
thing, that disappoints me about the internet, because it's a tool, right? It's a great tool. It's a marketplace for anybody that has a product they want to bring to the world. But people really fail to realize that it's not real, like, literally. You can't grab it, touch it, nothing without a middleman, without the device in the middle. You know what I mean? If there's no internet tomorrow, motherfuckers would lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? People,
I'd be cool.
It's caused people not to socialize or know how to socialize. You know what I mean? It's let sucker shit get to its highest place in society of all time, to the point things that we know morally are not okay are becoming okay in normal
What's that
life.
quote from Mike Tyson? Y'all got way too comfortable disrespecting people without getting punched in the face.
Straight
Mike Tyson
up
said that shit about social media, and I think that's what it is, bro. Like there has to be a balance, right? And I get it. We have a whole generation of people on this planet who, that's their world. That's how they recognize people. That's how they get recognized. That's how they share their ideas. And for those great things, yes, it is wonderful for that. But if you let it control yourself, if you let it get over yourself, there was a movie that came out a couple years ago, man, and it was about these kids. It was like a killer movie, some shit, right? And at the end of the movie, they found who the villain was, and they asked him, "Why'd you do it?" He's like, I did it for the lols, man, for the LOLs. I did it for the likes,
for the attention.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. I'm not gonna try to go too crazy, but like, there's a person in jail right now that killed a lot of innocent people, but his goal was for us not to live the way we're living right. If that makes sense to you. So sometimes we do need to pay attention when people say things and they go through extreme measures to get their point across. Sometimes people are kind of sacrificing, you feel me, what they believe in and what they stand for a greater good. Don't mean they go about it the right way. I'm not condoning it. But like, we really do need to pay attention. There's been movies forever since I was a child, like, saying that we would turn right into the shit we're going through right now. So as a human race, we gotta wake up and pay attention a little bit more. Motherfuckers will put the answer in your face. They'll put it in a book. They'll put it on the TV. You'll still ignore it, and then they'll just lie to you, and you'll believe that's the truth.
Yeah,
we gotta be better than that. This shit can go off right now. The internet can die in the middle of Maintain talking all over. Bye bye. What you gonna do? It's gone.
They got movies like that. All of a
sudden,
come
on. That's how the
it's
TV
going
used
down
to end at
outside.
night.
Yep.
You look outside.
Kids, you were looking at the TV for too long. Eventually, it went all these colors.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Brent was saying, man. When we were young, you grew up. You go home when the street lights came on, and now it's just it's 24/7 connection to everybody and everything, and like
and a lack of experience, like
for sure.
When you had to go dig in a book to learn something, that was an experience you were
You had to
going
go
through.
find it.
Oh,
You had to
man.
go to the library.
Everybody
Research.
We had the
everybody thinks they're
encyclopedia.
smart as
Dude,
fuck
the Dewey
now,
Decimal
'cause they can
System,
just Google
man.
some shit.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. You just information is right there. But again, I just feel like I just put too much time on it, and I need to say that out loud and acknowledge it and say, man, I got a part of my reboot is really looking at like, what do I get out of, it is nice to connect a little bit on social media and to check in with some friends. But like when I
I
feel
think
like
it's cool you
I don't,
bring that up, bro, because you haven't been on the internet like the rest of us. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like when Zach left radio, he didn't fuck with social media besides, regular Facebook, and even that was minimal. So to have
Yeah.
to engage and bring a product to people and he feels overwhelmed, that says a lot. The rest of us just normalize the shit because we've been doing it the whole time.
That's true.
yeah. Oh, I got a message. Okay.
Look, the internet. I got a
Yeah.
message.
Wifey's gonna go to bed. She was telling me we got the menu finalized, so I
Aw.
can get the rest of the stuff at the grocery store tomorrow. What's up, Ghost? Tapping in, man. What's up, Liz? Tapping in. Yeah. How she saying we feel about what we're talking on social media? She feel like that just about technology. I know a lot of people feel like that. About just technology being like there's so much tech all around us all the time that it
People
robs
lazy,
us
man.
of just
Lazy and
the
entitled.
human experience.
Yes.
Like you were saying about going to a show or a game or
Yeah.
something and being present. You watch these videos, you go to these concerts, and everybody's got their phone out to capture it instead of to capture it in their mind
Bro, they
and
do
in
it
their
at
spirit.
funerals now. It bothers my soul to see that shit at a funeral. Y'all motherfuckers
Right.
don't take no pictures of me at my
Man,
funeral,
like
bro.
so, like growing up without the technology that we've had, it made me understand and value the moment so much more because I knew I would never get to relive it. I never get to see it again. I never get to experience it. So I was right there in it.
Yep.
Now it's like, oh, I'm gonna record this shit. Okay, I can go back to it anytime I want. But the thing is, it's not the same.
Yeah.
The feeling it gives you, the endorphins that our brain produces when we see something and we know that's the only moment that we have it for and we'll never have it again.
That's why people love sports. That's why you tune in for that feeling.
Exactly. But now with the cameras, with the phones, with the social media, it robs us of that a little bit, I think.
Absolutely. I like what Justin was
Does
saying
it
right
feel
here.
loud?
Oh, it's kind of small, but he's saying how talking to strangers as an adult is important to him. Just checking in with people and, even saying, hey, how's it going? I like your shirt. How are you? But engaging with people and making some
Using your
connection and using and just having that moment instead of scrolling through the feed and repeating.
It happened to me this weekend, man. We were at the employee store. I thought I was stunting. I'm wearing a pair of shoes. Another dude had my shoes on in the store.
What shoes did you have on?
I had the Jackie Robinson Dunks on. So like
Those are nice.
So like me and him were like, nice shoes, and we start talking, man. And it was just one of those situations like, well, what are you looking for today? Well, I'm looking for this. He wasn't even from Oregon, man. He was from like Arizona or some shit.
Yeah.
And like we had a good little 5-minute conversation, some sneakerhead shit. All right, cool, thank you, man. And went on our way.
You know what I'm just thinking while we're talking, man, what I want to do too is, we got a handful of our homies, our brothers and homies that tap in with us, like Big Dante, you know what I'm saying? Like Justin, like John, and, like Liz tapping in, and like Ghost tapping in, and let me see, my cousin Brent tapping in, the homie Nick Severe, and, Ali O and Danny, and we got these homies, and like part of this is also showcasing and talking about what our friends and family are doing. I want this to be an outlet for that. And we talked about that before we started the podcast, not just tonight. I mean, a year plus ago about like, we want this to be an outlet where we all bring our art to share with people, and come see what's going on with tech and get fresh. Come see what's going on with Maintain and New School Inc. and with Seek Fortune Not Fame and what's going on with his Focus 16 team. What's going on with Domino and his beats. What's Filet cooking up with Hip Hop Outdoors. What am I doing now with the production that I've started? What's the latest that Nick Sabir's dropping out there in the 707, and what's the latest with with 30 Below? Stress's book. Let's talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna take the camera one time. You hella stupid, blood. Let's plug it again. This shit is on Amazon right now. Rated in the top comedy books, man. This is the homie,
Bruh's
our
been
brother.
in the top 10 consistently since it came out. He's never not been in that minimum.
Which which one did I want to read? I was
something
like,
for 'em.
I should read one and just see what it says. I always answer the front door holding a gun just in case the guy selling cleaning products want to have a change of plans. April 25th, 2018. You hella stupid,
hard.
blood. Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Stressmatic
man.
says, I always answer the front door holding a gun just in case the guy selling cleaning products want to have a change of plans. That's some wisdom right there.
That's some real ass.
That's some real ass shit, man. Our brother
Motherfucker
Earl
will
tapping
rob
in. What's
you
up, Earl?
Looking like they something else. They didn't came to get you. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Showed up looking like the whoop-de-whoop, man.
Hey,
It's like,
hey,
we're gonna try to get
speaking
it.
of things like
You hella stupid, blood. In stores.
just happening like that, man.
Yeah.
You remember our old partner MIC? So you remember MIC?
No.
Dude, Mike, man, fucking Germs boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he lives in Mac, right? And he sends me this text the other day. He's like, I had this interaction at Starbucks with a Starbucks barista. The Starbucks barista goes, "Is that a Hell of Year shirt?" And Mike hits him with, "Yes, it is." He's like, "Awesome. My sister works with Zach." He's like, "Sweet. I used to work with those guys back in the radio days. That's cool, man. It must have been fun." He's like, "Man, you never know. We live in Mac." He's like, "Small world." And he's like, "Hella small."
Tight.
Just random, just a barista. "Oh yeah, that's my sister. You're wearing a Hella Years shirt. We all in the same world, man." So just little shit like that when it happens organically, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I feel like I miss a little bit of that in-person stuff. And when I'm on the screen or I'm editing shit all the time or always trying to scroll through the feeds and share some shit, and like I still want, but I think I'm gonna schedule like times that I do that and tap in. Like on Friday morning from 8 to 10, I'm gonna do a little social media time, and I can check in. But like, I gotta get out there and face to face people. We gotta get out there and face to face people. We gotta go live and go do some.
Shake hands, man.
Man, that's the old bomb game, man. That's it right there. That's what Ebro used to say. That's what we do. We shake hands and kiss babies.
And that's what we did at Jammin'. That's what separated us from everybody else. Because I had some crazy shit we would do, man. We had the best times doing that stuff, bro.
Yeah. And again, You Hella Stupid Blood is in stores right now or on Amazon.com. Go get yourself one, man.
Hey, but you bookstores should order that motherfucker and stock it up too, bro. It's really dope. It's really a dope book, man. Promise you that.
If only I could put it in my library.
You cannot.
I cannot.
You cannot let the kids have that just yet.
Not.
It should have a
not yet.
like a print.
I'm over here in my head trying to figure out how we can come up with a way.
Stress. You need the kid version, the clean version of it.
Stress. Let's collaborate on a children's book.
Just saying.
That could work.
Get that in the school libraries.
Yep. No problem.
Wow.
Yeah. What's the other one he working on? How to fuck around and lose weight. I think he's gonna do that one. Isn't it? Why not, dude? How to fuck around and lose weight. D.O.C. again. Happy birthday. 55 a couple days ago. 34 years ago on the 16th. Man. Nobody. No
one can do it better.
No one can do it better. I'm gonna say nobody does it better, which makes me think of Nate Dogg. But again, D.O.C. man. Classic album, classic dude, foundation. We got about 10 minutes left.
One of the best to do it.
Before we wrap up.
Dude, his lyricism, man. Just everything else is lyricism. I am not illiterate. No, not even a little bit. And Maintain, he has his favorite line from that album as well. What is it, Tane?
It was part of that one, you feel me? But that formula shit. Can you play the formula real quick, bro? You just throw that in the background for us right one time? This video was like the coolest fucking video ever when it dropped.
High energy, full with the wisdom.
They redid that Frankenstein storyline.
Hey, I'm gonna keep the camera on y'all because this is the first time ever I had to go pee during the podcast. Excuse me.
Okay, the boss is leaving the building. It's our
go
time
right
to
here,
fuck around. Maintain shit. Hey,
created so I never be regarded as a regular. Better than my competitor. Estimate fashion.
Dude, man, I'm gonna have to just go bump this on vinyl when I get home.
Oh yeah, scratch that motherfucker up. You know
oh man, dude, I have about 3 or 4 of the singles.
This song is so monumental. People have named a child off the name of it. So Dom Kennedy, one of my favorites. I think his son's name is Formula, bro. But, you know what I mean? It's from great music, great time. You know what I mean?
Well, then we also think about the production, right? This is all Dre.
Right. There's not even a lot of Dre beats that sound like this specific beat. This is a very, very special record.
That bass line. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, that bass line, like you said.
What up?
Did you just pee on the side of the building?
Yeah. Do any of y'all ever just pee in your backyard?
Dude, all the time.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I will pee where I gotta pee. Out on the walk, all types of shit, bro. What do you mean? God bless me with the ability to go pee when I want to go pee. I'm going
right.
Pee.
Yeah, one of the songs Stress did that we were just shooting beats back and forth, man. I forget what he said. He said something, and this alley smells like pee. And I was like, I can smell it in my head right now.
We all have been there. We all have been there.
Hey, so what did y'all talk about?
We talked
this
about
record and how dope it was. Tech brought up the bass line. It made me remember that's an important part of why this. Like you can tell they were strumming that bass too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That voice is one of a kind, man. And
sick as fuck, man.
Makes me sad we lost it.
He's literally one of the dopest MCs ever to get one project off. You feel
one
what
project.
I mean?
Completely produced by Dr. Dre. I feel like I can't say that enough.
Yes.
Like what?
That is monumental.
Snoop
the
doesn't
Chronic
even
album
have a
doesn't
front
even
to back.
sound like the Chronic album without D.O.C.
Like,
Doggy Style doesn't sound like Doggy Style without D.O.C.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Snoop's writing, especially in those formative years when he's creating his style, that doesn't happen without the D.O.C.
Or it's something else happens.
Put him right in boot camp with him.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder what those like sessions were like.
They were,
you know what I mean?
You know they got that on camera somewhere too. It'd be dope.
Right.
They gave it to us for sure. Them
I
Chronic
was
sessions.
just saying, the value of your property is measured by how far outside your front door you have to walk to pee without worry.
That's hard.
I just went on the side of the building, man.
Yeah. There's been plenty of times.
I'm not gonna lie, I peed on a spider. Like I knocked him down. Is that messed up? That's messed up, huh? I'm fucking up spiders tonight.
Spiders are nice, man.
Spiders.
I don't fuck with spiders, but they provide a great service for us.
Yeah, they do. My wife don't fuck with spiders at all. It don't matter how big, how small. If they're in the house, I get, babe, get over here.
That's me. That's my wife kills all the spiders in her house. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yes.
You're a G for just putting that out there like that.
I don't care.
It's like, that's me.
Big deal. Hey,
spider killer.
That's my youngest son too. And if you see my youngest son Alex, that boy big. He don't fuck with spiders either.
Don't fuck with spiders.
Nope.
Are you worried they're gonna jump on you and get you?
I had a bad experience with spiders when I was a kid, bro. So as an 80s baby, well, I was as a 70s baby and the 80s kid, we ran around outside and we drank out the hose.
Yeah, who didn't drink out the hose?
So my ass, we're running outside one day. You're supposed to let the water run, let it cool down. I was so thirsty. I just put
hot water.
I just put my mouth on the hose, bro, and a big ass fucking black spider crawled in my mouth.
Oh man, that reminds me. This one time, my homeboy Dylan O'Brien, when we were kids, he went and drank out of his Coke can, and there was yellow jackets in it, and then they flew in his mouth and fucking stung him all up in his shit, dude.
Yellow jackets are those fuckers. They don't die when they sting you, and they keep on stinging you.
Speaking of yellow jackets, have y'all watched that show?
Dude, that shit is crazy.
We about to watch the season finale of season 2.
No.
What's it called?
Spoilers. No spoilers.
It's called Yellow Jackets. It's on Showtime.
Yes.
And it's a story like this high school girl soccer team, and they crash.
And they live in the woods.
And they live in the woods and get on some like Lost Boys shit. But then there's also like another story going on of like current time with like them like 25 years later as adults. And like those actresses fucking kill it too.
Oh, dude,
like Christina Ricci is in it and she's fucking dope.
Juliette Lewis is in that shit.
Yeah. It's great, dude.
And then Rose from 2.5 Men is in that shit.
Yeah, so again, it's called Yellow Jackets. It's on Showtime. Like you can get like a free 7-day little trial on Amazon Prime or probably through Showtime app or whatever, and just check it out and see. But it's fucking dope, man.
Dude,
I watched this one called Gaslit. Stars with Julia Roberts, right? And it's based on it's a Watergate story, Nixon time. About 9 episodes, but it's pretty dope, and it's actually a really crazy story. I don't like to spoil shit. I recommend it for you. Go binge that one real quick. You like,
dude,
damn.
What's it called again, man?
Gaslit, bro.
Okay.
Like how they did this woman was super duper janky.
Okay.
Talking about like social media and all this shit, I've been watching this stuff on Peacock. It's called Mrs. Davis. So the premise behind the show, Yeah, the premise behind the show was there's this AI that controls the fucking world, bro. And there's
Like the Matrix?
Kind of, but like it's in real life, right? And there's this one lady, she's a nun, and she refuses to fuck with the AI. The AI tracks her down and puts her on a secret mission. And the stipulation is if she completes that mission, the AI will destroy itself and give the world back to itself.
Damn.
It's out there, but
it's dope though.
I'm getting into it.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I watched like
saying it's dope.
one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there, man. There's just too many almost. It's like that's why we need recommendations, which is what we try to do here on Hell of Years too. You need to listen to this. You should watch this. You said I enjoyed this. Only because we only have so much time, right?
Yeah, man.
And if I want to sit down and watch something, I don't want to watch no bullshit. I don't want to listen to no bullshit.
Oh man, speaking of no bullshit, there's an artist from Portland that we talked about a few episodes
Brent
ago.
said, "Fuck them spiders." By the way,
Yeah, fuck them spiders. Win, right?
yeah. Lake Oswego win.
Dude, she was just on
Sway.
Yeah.
Is that right? Did she gas?
Fucking killed it, bro.
Did she?
Killed it,
Okay.
Bro, she's a real MC, man.
Dude.
It's just that simple.
dude.
You write for yourself and you bar out. It's pretty simple. I love her confidence.
Yeah.
To be honest. Her charisma and confidence with shit is like, it's not playing. It's like Marilyn Monroe rapping. And I'm not even capping.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
There's some what else? Pohop is coming up, and the Mic Check in Portland. They're doing a 50 hip hop 50 anniversary show. It's gonna be pretty dope.
Sweet. We'll have to talk about that stuff.
Yes.
Let people know. I'm looking at the calendar now because with you being gone, I'm about to be gone. We're gonna work on some projects, some Hell of Years records, some music that we're doing. I'm trying to look at. It looks like either July 12th or the 19th. We're gonna be back. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it the end of the season tonight, so that we could do some prep next week. Because again, it doesn't mean we're not gonna be getting together. We're just gonna get together and do some like creative stuff, so that we can bring that to the podcast as well. We were gonna do a Bone episode next week. Bone can wait a little bit, I think. I mean,
don't mean to set the crossroads. We'll be good.
I got something cooked up. That me and Focus 16 are gonna go do with.
Talk about it.
It's with the homie Sway, man. He's out of Frisco. Stress introduced me to him, man. So we're gonna pull up on him and document and learn some of his story. I feel like he's an important person to Northern California music. You know, he helped one of my favorite artists, which is YB the Rockstar, Rich Rocka. You know, just your boy. He's got many aliases, man. So that's how the story comes together. So we're gonna bring them two together for sure.
Nice.
On that late July episode, man.
Fantastic.
We're gonna tell Sway's story in chapters. So
I like how that sounds. And then I want to shout out too. It's De La Tierra, I think it is the name. A vegan food out there in the Bay. I think San Jose. But they fuck with stress and they out there doing some big shit. And just connected this week, so I want to salute them and what they're doing for health and bringing good food and plant-based food and excellent stuff. And stress say they get busy, so salute to y'all. I mean, I'm looking at the calendar. It looks like, I'm going to call it right now. We're going to call it July 19th.
Okay.
Will be, today's the 14th. So on the 19th, we're going to be back with a big episode. It might be more than an hour. There's going to be some videos. You're going to get something from Focus 16. We're going to get what Maintain was just talking about with the chapters. We're going to get some footage from Mexico. I'm going to get y'all some stuff from Hawaii. We're going to get some footage and some storytelling from Filet and what he's doing. And then all the homies from, like we were talking about earlier, like I want that new 30 Below, Dante. I need something. We got to do some work. You know,
everybody that we've brought to the show and played their music, you're going to continue to see them here.
Yeah.
Every time they got something, I'm throwing it out there. And we got some people that I haven't got to drop their stuff yet. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And I want to do some work with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And do some and just tell some stories.
Hey, in Portland artists, man, I'm on the lookout, bro. I'm on the lookout. If you have something, holler at me, shoot it to me. This is our backyard, man, and we want to make sure that we're helping you, too. Let's get that Portland Sac connection. I want to bring you guys up for shows, down for shows. Let's have some fun doing this shit, man.
That's what it is. Let's finish up. We'll go around the table for the night. Tone Tech, man, closing thoughts?
Man, recharge your batteries, bro. Like, recharge, rest, focus and center yourself, figure out what you want to do, and just go do that shit. No one is stopping you except for you.
There it is. Maintain, man, as we get ready for a little vacation, man. What's your closing thoughts for the night, brother?
Just don't overcomplicate it. Count your blessings and keep your foot on the gas, man. Cruise control and a marathon speed is important.
That's what it is, man. Looking forward to making some art for y'all. You know, I like talking about shit too, but like we can get busy, man. So we're gonna get busy, cook up some shit, share it with y'all, and we look forward to just connecting a little bit and having a little, a little life to live and a few stories to tell. So we're gonna recharge. We'll be back very soon. Appreciate y'all. HellyYears.com. Stay with us on social. Although I am trying to tap back a little bit less on social. Maybe we all should try that just a little bit. Do some push-ups. Get off the social media quite as much. Just a little bit. Maybe just like 10% less. Start there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Hip-hop is health. Peace.
The Hella Years Podcast. The Hella Years Podcast. With Zach Woodruff, Filet, Maintain, Tone Tech, Hip Hop, and Wellness.